Hey guys, this is me, Christina, and I'm still a teacher of English and Chinese. And this is the very first video that I'm recording in English on this channel. It's a bit nerve-wracking, to be honest, but not in terms of me speaking the language, because I don't have a language barrier or any fears. I would say in terms of me stepping out of my comfort zone. Because to be honest, I have never been a people person, and I am even more outgoing nowadays than I used to be in the past, because in the past it used to be really severe. And I still try, and I have to improve the skills of public speaking, for instance, of posting some stuff on social networks, because it's essential for me career wise, and that's why today's video, I just would like to keep it as natural as possible. I haven't set any special background, as you can see. I haven't prepared the script or any vocabulary. I just would like to communicate with you guys in a manner, in this kind of way that I do on daily basis. And that is why your support is highly appreciated. If you can write comments down below, give thumbs up to this video, subscribe to my channel or my Telegram channel, I will be really grateful and glad. Thank you very much. Let's get back on track. I already forgot what I wanted to say about the actual content of this video. So today I wanted to share a part of my path related to learning English as a school student. It's like about that glimmer of hope and sparkle of motivation that I had as a school student, and that helped me to learn English a bit more consciously at school. I think this video might be useful for you if you're a school student, a university student, or an adult who feels that you are stuck in a rut, that you have zero motivation, don't know how to continue the process of learning the language. Maybe I can give you some additional motivation today, I hope. So let's get it started. It's essential to mention that as a school student, especially at primary school, I wasn't a brilliant English learner, because the average mark that I was getting was 4 and occasionally even 3. I found my school journals several months ago at my granny's place, and I was pretty surprised that my marks were not as good as I imagined, because I already forgot. If you're not familiar with the Russian system of assessment, you should know that the maximum mark that we can get at school is 5 and the minimum is 1, but nobody kind of gets 1, so I would say the minimum is 2. And you can imagine that 4 is good but not brilliant, and 3 is pretty mediocre, so I can say that I was a mediocre student, sad but true. And I think that the marks weren't as good as I wanted them to be due to the fact that I had zero interest in learning English. I couldn't imagine how I would use this language in the future. I couldn't understand how to get engrossed in this activity. Like, I was learning it out of responsibility and obligation, because I used to be a control freak, or I have been, or I still am. Okay, let's keep this part. But anyway, I was trying to please my parents and teachers. And I would say, the reason is that I wasn't interested. So that is why I wasn't successful. Let's put it that way. But the situation changed when I turned 12 years old. Before that, I already had been a fan of pop music, such celebrities as Britney Spears and Jennifer Lopez. If you are about 30 years old or even 25-ish, you should probably remember such magazines as Bravo, Cool, and All Stars about celebrities. So I was cutting those girls' images out of the magazines and sticking them into my special notebook dedicated to celebrities. A bit of quirky facts from my biography. However, when I turned 12 years old, my music interests changed completely, because Avril Lavigne appeared in my life. You probably remember her, such a good-looking tomboy, a bit of a rebel, wearing a tie but being a girl. And I remember that I tried to copy her outfit and her manner, and I really liked the idea that she was different, and that her music helped me to express my emotions, because as a teenager I had a lot of hidden emotions inside of my soul. And rock music gave me that chance to express myself, kinda. So Avril Lavigne grew on me. But not only her voice or manner or the tune, but also the fact that she was singing in English. And after that, the whole language started to make sense, if you know what I mean. Yeah. At school, I started to notice those grammar structures and vocabulary from her songs in our textbooks, and I was really interested in them. Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't have an easy access to the internet, or we didn't have it at all. Like, let me recall, I don't remember when the internet appeared in my life. I think I was a bit older, but yeah, we didn't have any access to the internet. So the only option we had, we couldn't Google the lyrics of the songs, obviously. The only option that we had to buy those magazines that I have already mentioned, and to check the very last page with the column with lyrics of popular songs, including Avril Lavigne. And sometimes we had not only, text in English and translation into Russian, but the actual text, which is supposed to be in English, written with the Russian alphabet. That was pretty cool because as youngsters, we had an opportunity to memorize lyrics by heart because we couldn't check the pronunciation in the dictionary. And of course, I think it's meaningless to mention that we couldn't read any transcription. Yeah, so the only option to sing out loud your favorite songs was to memorize by heart those funny lyrics. And that is something that I was doing. But after that, I was trying to find that vocabulary and grammar structures in my school textbooks. And I would say that I started to digest material from textbooks much better and started to get fives, of course, because I constantly wanted to express myself in English, to talk to my peers in English, to listen to music, of course. Yeah, and I would say that after Avril Lavigne, my music was getting heavier and heavier because Linkin Park grew on me, and then I was passionate about Evanescence, and then I was craving for listening to even heavier music, including Slipknot and Korn and stuff like that. I had get a real kick, out of this music, a lot of power, a lot of energy. And I would say that deep down nowadays, I'm still a bit of a metalhead, and I have this duality because one day I might do yoga and strive for cuddling with cats, and the other day want to go to the rock concert and shake all the crap out of myself, if you know what I mean. But it's not important to mention this right now. What is important, that you have to find some kind of motivation for yourself to learn the language. And after that, it will be much easier to incorporate it into your daily routine. It will be much easier not to feel that you are stuck in routine, in a rut. Yeah. And without it, I don't think that this habit might last. Yeah. Because every class that you attend will bug you, will change into this kind of routine that is not pleasant whatsoever. Yeah. So you have to find some kind of joy, entertainment, or inspiration to learn the language. In my case, it has been music. Yeah. But in your case, it might be reading books or articles or even online magazines. Do we have any offline magazines that people read nowadays? Let me know in the comment section down below, because do they even exist? Yeah. Or, watching series, videos on YouTube, movies, or even TikToks. Yeah. Because to be honest, I'm a fan of YouTube videos and series and movies. So this is the second motivation that I have to learn the language. You have to find at least something in order to achieve your goals and not to give up in the future, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And if you feel that all your attempts to learn the language fail, maybe you don't have this motivation that I'm talking about, and you have to search for it, because we have a lot of cool and rad and entertaining activities in the language that you might search for and eventually find. Okay. So I hope that you get the point of this video. If you are interested in content in English, or if you like this type of videos where I speak English, let me know in the comments, and I will see you later. Thank you very much for your attention.